Yoga for everybody with Meditation Mutha.
Hi everyone, this is Kim Goyette, your Meditation Mutha, coming to you live from Austin, Texas. Well, this class is all about commitment. I have been working on handstands for the past 2 years, several days a week, just a few minutes a day, building up my strength in my upper body, my shoulders, my hands, to see if I can do handstand on my own. I used to be able to do it when I was little, like a piece of cake, but no longer. So I need to have some commitment in order to build that strength. We're going to work on the handstand prep today, and maybe try kicking up and maybe you don't, and I'll show you some modifications that we can all do together. So let's start by just feeling in our body the muscles that we need to use during handstand. We're going to get on our hands and knees. And one of the things that we really need to focus on is pressing into the palms. So the hands are spread nice and wide, fingertips are pressed down, and we're pressing the palms and the fingertips into the earth. Notice the rise of your palms, the center of your palms as you do that. That's the energy you want to feel when your hands are planted on the earth. And then let's just come in and out of the shoulders a little bit, because we're going to come back to that when we're upside down. So we'll drop into the shoulders, maybe lowering the belly and noticing the shoulders rise. And then what we want to do in handstand is push out of the shoulders. So once we're up, we're pushing out and really engaging in between the shoulder blades. My upper arms are wide. So it's almost isometric where we're pushing the upper arms wide. So let's try that again so that we notice the differences. Drop down into the shoulders, belly drops down. And then let's push into the hands, come out of the shoulders, and then isometrically push the arms wide. It's almost like you're bowing out your arms. Weight comes more in the pinkies. Yeah, try it one more time. Drop down. Good, notice the energy there. And then notice the energy when you push into the hands. And then come out of the shoulders and press wide with the arms. We're going to come back to that, like I said, when we're upside down. One of the biggest challenges for me, and maybe for you, is the strength in my forearms and hands. And so we need to open that up, because there's a certain amount of tilt that you need an angle in your hands in order to do handstand. So let's start by opening up. What we're going to do is come to our knees. You can come to kneeling if it feels good to have your toes curled under. You can do that. We'll point the fingertips towards our knees and plant the palm down. And we'll do that on both sides. So the fingertips are pointing towards our knees. This might be pretty intense for some of us, especially if you do a lot of typing. Your forearms and carpal tunnel can get pretty stiff. So let's start to shift our weight back just to the edge of sensation. And you might need to have some commitment and build up to this to open up the palms. It took me a long time, daily practice, to open this up, because tightness runs in my family when it comes to forearms. So my fingertips are spread nice and wide. I'm just feeling on the edge of sensation, no pain. And then allowing time to do its work. So just feeling that opening start to occur in the wrists, maybe sitting back more towards my heels a little bit if that's for you. If not, you can move forward and just stay right where you are. And just a few more breaths. Again, this is all about commitment, so baby steps, building up to something. And then if it feels okay for you, you can kind of round in a little bit, keep the elbows bent, and slowly peel the heel of your hand off the mat. Pretty big opening. Start to roll the wrists around. Opposite direction. And then I'm going to bring the backs of my hands together and just stretch out the tops of my wrists. So the backs of my hands are pushed together, my elbows kind of drop down, opening up the wrist there. Good. And then relax the hands. Let's come to hands and knees. We're going to push to down dog for a moment. So one of the biggest things about handstand is going upside down. And for many of us, we're not used to it, except if you notice when we're in down dog, we are upside down. The head is lower than the shoulder and the heart, and that's considered an inversion as well. So one of the things that we can practice is three-legged dog, lifting one leg up. while the other one is planted. So you can just raise that up. It doesn't need to be real high, just straight back. Allow your other heel to drop down. Push into the hands. Really feel the focus of the hands and fingers into the earth. And release. Let's try the other side. So right leg lifts up, in back, straight, and then notice the heel on your left side dropping down. Good. And release all the way down. Shift your weight, get into the hips a little bit. Good. And now let's try, I think I said the opposite side, but whatever side you're on, let's try the right leg up and back. Good. And maybe just kind of pushing off the foot a little bit. Pushing up. Who knows? Maybe that happens. Maybe it doesn't for you. Maybe you're just holding it in three-legged dog. And plant. Try the opposite side. So left leg up, back, behind. And then just maybe push just a little bit. Just noticing the weight in your hands. Pushing off. And you might not get very far off the ground, and that's totally fine. It's just building some strength. Come back to hands and knees. Let's rest for a moment. So in between all the prep work, please take some time to rest because you want the most strength to come when you're ready to do your practice handstands. So taking a moment here, let's rotate the wrists, really prepping them, allowing the movement to get some blood flow in that area. And we'll come back to hands and knees. Good. Drop down into the shoulders again. Notice that sensation and then notice the difference when you're pushing out of the shoulders. Feel like someone's pulling or putting their hands on the outer edges of your arms and push into them wide, like you're bowing your upper arms out wide. Curl the toes, push back to down dog. Notice that sensation again. Look in between the legs to start. But in handstand, we need a little bit of counterbalance for our butts, essentially. So we're going to be looking forward when we do handstand. That'll help direct the energy where it wants to go. Come up high on your toes, lift your head forward, and just look in between the hands, lifting with the back of the head. Good. Notice your upper arms push wide. Good. That's the energy that you're going to feel when you're upside down. Come back to hands and knees. Rest for a moment. Great. So the other thing is that we want to really have the energy rising straight up. So whenever we're doing balancing postures, all the energy comes in and rises straight up through the center. So notice we're going to talk about lifting our belly up towards our ribs up towards our chest and all the way through the crown of the head as we are looking forward. So let's plant the hands again. Spread the fingertips nice and wide. Push out of the shoulders. Arms nice and wide. Curl the toes. Come to down dog. And then look in between the hands. Faces up. Good. Lift high on your toes for a moment. Lift your low belly up towards your ribs. Feel the energy rising up all the way through the crown of the head. Hands are nice and grounded and upper arms are pushing wide. Notice that energy. Maybe three-legged dog with the right leg. Good. Keep your head looking straight ahead and then maybe pushing off that foot a little bit. Just for practice, just for fun. Good. This is all about commitment, baby steps. And maybe switching sides. Look in between the hands. Look at the top of your mat. Push. Good. Always beneficial to practice both legs. And you never know which one's going to work better. Good. Come on down. Let's rest for a moment. Whew. All right. So you might feel a little shift in energy because we're upside down. And that's okay. If you're feeling dizzy, you can close your eyes for just a moment. Allow your body to rest. So down dog, three-legged dog might be where you're at today, and that's fine. You might practice those kick-ups a little bit, or my favorite thing, because it builds my confidence, is to do a practice kick-up maybe a foot away from the wall. So I'm going to show you that. If you're comfortable doing it, great. If not, you can just practice the down dog, three-legged dog kick-up. So from here, I'm just going to plant my hands maybe about a foot away from the wall. I'm going to work with my, this carpet's a little slippery, so if you see me slide, sorry. My fingertips are spread nice and wide. I'm actually staring at the wall. My upper arms are bowing out like we talked about, and I'm pushing out of the shoulders. Let me try a kick up right here. So I might touch the wall, I might not. Just kind of playing with it on one side. Good. And maybe switching sides. Let's have the opposite foot. Look at the wall. Upper arms nice and wide. Press the fingertips and then push off and kick. Good. Head is lifted. Just playing with it. Lots of confidence because the wall's behind me and I don't need to worry about falling over it. Good, and coming down. Let's rest a moment here. Catching our breath, taking some space so that as we build little by little with commitment that we can start to move in the direction which we're headed, which is full handstand. So today I'm just going to show you the supported handstand against the wall, but who knows, maybe someday you'll be able to do the full thing yourself, and I will too because of commitment. So let's try it again. This time we're going to try to get all the way up there and use the wall for support so we can feel what it's like to be upside down. So I'm going to plant my hands again, maybe a foot or so away from the wall. And looking in between the hands towards the wall, the arms are nice and wide, doing a kick up. Good. So here, now more than ever, pushing into the hands, upper arms nice and wide, rolling my shoulder blades wide, looking at the wall. And release all the way down. So building up is all about baby steps. And I'm feeling a lot of pressure in my head when I'm upside down. And over time, that goes away. So if you feel a little intimidated with that pressure, just go up for a second and then hold it for longer and longer. And you'll see the difference over time. Let's try it again. I'm going to try the other leg this time because I like even Steven. So from here, I'm going to kick up with my opposite leg, looking at the wall, hands planted. All the way up to the wall. Now pushing into the hands, upper arms nice and wide. Weight in my pinkies, looking at the wall. My toes, I start off pointed, but they're kind of like a foint. A foint is a Barbie doll foot. So your toe is pointed and then you curl the toes back to bring the energy up towards the sky. And then maybe tapping off the wall a little bit. Excellent. Woo! Starting to build some heat here. I don't know about you. We're going to try it one more time on each side. This time, we're going to touch the wall, get stable, and then push away from the wall with one foot, just a little, just to feel that balance and see where we are. Remember, everything is rising in and up towards the crown of the head. So as we gaze forward, the top of the head, all the energy is moving up in that direction. Let's try it together. So we'll plant the hands a foot away from the wall. Into down dog, 1 foot forward, whatever foot that is for you. Look at the wall, pinkies planted on the earth, upper arms nice and wide, kick up all the way to the wall. Good, push into the hands, fingers spreading and pressed. Try to point 1 foot off the wall and then maybe the other. Just playing with it a little, pressing into the tips of your fingers and then come on down. Woo, excellent. We're working on this together. Let's try the other side. We'll plant the hands in prep, push to down dog, opposite leg in front. Look at the wall, upper arms wide, kicking up all the way to the wall, and then try to point 1 foot. So pointing that toe and then curling the toes back. Push off the wall just a little maybe, and use your fingertips to guide you. All right, we did it. Excellent job. Whew, I'm so proud of you. Let's take a rest because we've worked so hard today. We're going to take it all the way down onto the ground. You can scoot yourself forward and then laying flat on your back, extend the legs, and just rotating the wrists a little bit. Let's release any tension there. Opposite direction. Very good. Allow the heat to dissipate. Relax your arms along your side, palms face up, and then just roll the back of the head right and left. So sometimes when we're gazing forward, our neck might get a little tight. This is a great way just to release any tension there. And then facing up, gently close the eyes. Allow all the heat to leave the body. Sensing that satisfaction of achievement wherever you are today. And again, just acknowledging how your body feels, where your mind is at. Slowing the breath down. And begin to move the ankles and toes, the fingers and wrists. Just waking up the body. Hug the knees into the chest. Roll over to one side. Make your way all the way up to seated. And we're going to finish with just a little bit of breath work to build confidence in our commitment for handstand. Let's gently close the eyes. Invite the breath in. And we're going to take this time to visualize our end goal, which is full handstand on our own without the wall. Just visualizing ourselves prepping for the handstand, kicking up with full confidence, and then allowing all the energy to rise up through the toes and out the crown of the head in pure balance. And slowly coming down with control and relaxing your concentration. Let's bring the hands to heart center in a prayer-like pose. Bow the mind to the heart and thank yourself for trying today, for committing to this effort. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm Kim Goyette, your meditation mother. If you like this video and you want to receive weekly videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Yoga with Meditation Mutha. And if you want to learn how to live simply extraordinary, please sign up for my newsletter at www.meditationmutha.com. See you next time.